It tastes better, or what might taste better. Okay, so the next question is using the movie Voodoo Voodoo as your prompt. Have you in your life ever used a magical formula from prayers to mantras to chants to childhood rhymes to secure what you wanted or protect yourself? Feel free to tell your recollections in story form. How would you today rationally explain how and why it worked?
Yeah, I remember this one. This one I thought I liked a lot because I remember immediately I kind of tied it to religion and asked you a couple questions about it.
Yeah.
Because that's immediately what I thought about as like religion. And I grew up going to Catholic school and all that stuff. So I feel like prayer is an easy one because it's like we used to pray every day for our families to be safe and for our lives to be good. And for the most part, our families were kept safe and our lives were pretty good. And also, like, praying at the dinner table. We would pray at the dinner table before we would eat at my dad's house. And, you know, no one ever choked or anything like that or died while we were eating dinner. So I feel like, yeah, those worked. But, you know, having to rationalize it and say, like, the reality of it, it's like there's probably a low probability of something bad happening at school or at that time in my life. And especially for the area we were living at, it was pretty good. Everything was going all right.
Right.
At that time, even like, this is something I get into now, like the economy was a lot better at that time. There's just a lot less things to worry about for everybody.
Yeah.
And so, it's not saying it was perfect, but it was just less things to worry about and therefore just lower probability of bad things happening. Other than like family death and things like that. But even then, it's like, that's kind of just naturally anyways. But, and then for the dinner table thing, same thing. I don't think it was ever that high risk. Like how many people died at the dinner table? It's maybe it's a higher number than we think, but I've never seen anyone die at the dinner table, and I haven't prayed at every single dinner table. So I mean, I don't think it's like the times that I didn't pray, everybody
Somebody else
died.
Something's gonna happen.
No.
Yeah, someone's table's going down.
A fork in their eye or
But at a
something.
young age of being in Catholic school, that was probably a big, like having to pray every time you eat and before you go to bed. Or
before you go to bed, that was a big one too. Like I remember I'd always pray like, please keep us safe. Don't let no one break into our house. Or don't let aliens come and get me. I was afraid of aliens and stuff. So like that never happened. Or when I would get scared. I remember actually when I talked about the aliens, I remembered really quickly. Like the first time my mom left me at home alone, I was scared. I was scared out of my
I don't think it's a bad idea if you cuss. I don't think it's that bad.
It's real.
Yeah, it's
so I was just
the camera's not here.
I was scared shitless at like I think I was 13. I was kind of like a big pussy or whatever, but I remember as soon as she left, I wanted to go too, but she didn't want to take me. She was like, "No, just stay here, watch TV or something." I was like, "Whatever." And I remember I just kept looking out in the backyard, like I swear, like a fucking alien was gonna come down and get me or something. I don't know why I was so afraid of aliens. That show Sightings was big when I was a kid.
I think I was
So I remember I was like, God, please don't let aliens come, please. And I didn't that day, but I don't think it was like because
they weren't
God really
stopped
aliens from coming. Maybe.
No, come to aliens.
Yeah.
Not today.
No.
Thou shalt not abduct.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, for me, it was immediately thinking about prayer.
Do you think that all the stuff that didn't happen that you prayed for was by chance? Do you think, honestly, somebody that day that you prayed probably could have been fucking choking on something?
They could have.
They could have been choking on something, or anything that you prayed for.
Today, I didn't pray at all for anything.
Yeah.
And nothing bad happened to me today. Today was actually a pretty fucking good day.
Yeah.
I went to work and it was easy. It wasn't rough. It was light. So it was cool.
Yeah.
Yesterday I got to go to a cool concert. I didn't pray for that. It was an awesome time. I didn't pray at all yesterday. I didn't pray today. But I don't pray anymore. I don't think about it anymore at all.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I don't think about it. I don't think I have those kinds of. Well, I guess the mantras I would have now are a little different, and they're kind of like, I don't know, just be cool or whatever. Don't try not like. Or I guess more recently I'm finding with my kids. So I guess again relating to my kids, when I find myself getting a little worked up and like I might start yelling, I tell myself like just calm down, hang on, just calm down.
Yeah.
They're just kids. This guy, you're gonna freak him out if you start yelling. So just calm down.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of the new one, and it does work. And I don't think there's some special force behind it. It's just me reminding myself the reality of it. Like,
Yeah.
don't get so mad. It's okay. Like,
Yeah.
what's the big deal here? It's fine. And, you know,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything magical or anything like that. Or, not magical.
Just
but
whimsical, spiritual, anything. You know, nothing about it is nothing to you. Everything is just happening. It's not, and nothing's causing it. Nothing's preventing anything. It's just
you can't.
It's happening.
To think that you could like dig your feet in the ground and stop time, like that's not gonna happen.
Right.
You're just gonna fucking be scared when
Yeah.
you do
Yeah.
have to fucking really face some shit.
I'm really having trouble with this question because I guess it's maybe just the Catholic in me.
I think-
Me still kind of believing in God.
Dude, there's a part of me
I-
that's still like, oh, what if I'm wrong? God's gonna be so pissed.
You're gonna die.
Right.
Remember when you
gonna
stopped?
be fucking poking me in the
I
ass
know.
with the forks.
Remember me?
But I think that's just that little fear that's like built into that religion.
Right.
When it's given to you at such a young age, you're scared. I remember there was a time when I was like scared to think like that this way, and like it doesn't. There's, I am confident saying that there's no God. There's not like some thing.
There's no some sort of divine power.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
Whatever
well,
we
see-
think of as God from reading in the Bible from our religion, that's not real. That's not real. The thing that
But
makes you
you're
feel
still-
guilty about being a person, the
Okay,
thing that
yeah,
makes you
okay.
feel bad
You're
about
not-
being
yeah.
yourself, the thing that's not real. That's not what God is. God
Okay.
is completely something different that is not anything tied to religion that we know it.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because, again, if there was some divine, all-powerful being, he wouldn't want you to feel bad about being who you are, about doing the things that you, I mean, not want to do.
I guess naturally do.
Naturally do. I
Yeah.
mean, I think all of us here, we would be going to hell because we have like premarital relations. We do things like we
Yeah.
drink, and I have tattoos. Brandy has tattoos. I don't know. You have tattoos?
No.
No tattoos.
Well, one time, but
you'd be all right. But
Just out of it.
Alex wouldn't know. Alex wouldn't be okay. No.
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 You'd be floating up and shit.
Yeah, she'd be like, peace.
You'd be like this elbow.
Oh,
Peace, my
man.
bitches. Oh shit.
Oh, man.
But it's so hard for me because but like let's just put that aside. Let's put my religion aside. This is kind of telling me that I can't believe in something spiritual, or not provable.
I don't think it's telling you can't.
Kind
Because
of,
these
it
things-
is.
No, because these things are still working. Whether or not you believe in what explanation you
But-
believe in, they're still working.
Mhm.
It's still happening.
It's
the way
not
that it's
because of what
happening.
you're doing, though.
No, it doesn't. But that doesn't
And that
really
has
matter.
nothing-
That really doesn't matter. This is I like this thing. When people like trip on psychedelics or something,
Yeah.
and they go tell somebody who's like straight or square or whatever, like not into psychedelics. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, you're just tripping. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just hallucinating. That's nothing. Okay, but if what happened in your trip causes you to be a better person, it does matter. It is like significant. And
Right.
whether or not it was hallucination or fucking a revelation,
Yeah.
like a real, I mean, whatever that is, you know?
Right.
Uh-huh.
However you got to that conclusion, it doesn't matter. Or however you got to that point, it doesn't matter, because, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get there. But as long as you get there to that point of being, whatever, a good person or whatever, that doesn't matter if it was through psychedelics or if it was through trials and tribulations in your life that led you to just be a better person.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As long as you get to being a better person, I think that's the important thing.
Mhm.
And so for me, it's like, whether or not, in that movie, whether or not the wave was because it's just nature or because they prayed for it, they wanted a wave so they could surf and they got it. So it's like, fucking doesn't matter. Just enjoy the wave.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I still feel like it's blocking me, though.
Well, I think that's because you want some power. You want some, like, that's you digging your feet in the ground.
Maybe. But then at the same time, I have no problem gambling. That's pure chance. That's everything that occurs.
But you
The
know
reason
that
why
going
you're
into
here-
it. That you know that going into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you have this is life. This is something completely. This is not gambling.
There's
It
no way
is
to
a
know
big
what happened
gamble
at the
thing.
end.
No,
Yeah,
but
I mean-
our whole life was a gamble. When
Pretty
we
much.
were in our daddy's nutsack, we were the ones to make it.
Yeah.
That was completely lucky. Out of like 2 billion other little sperms, it was us.
Yeah.
But why can't I get past it when I feel like there should be something? I guess it's I want
And you know,
there to be
there's nothing
something
magical about that. It was just nature.
I guess so. Yeah.
It was just nature.
I guess maybe it's something I want something to be
You
kind of.
want
I
it.
kind of
No,
feel
yeah.
more
Dude,
relieved.
this is,
I guess maybe.
I've gotten into this. This is why like people like me get into conspiracy, or like people who are into conspiracy theories and things like that. Generally, are ex-religious people. They're finding something new to believe in, because
Yeah.
once they lost that thing that they used to believe in, you have nothing, and so it's like you have
You gotta
conspiracy theories now.
figure it out, yeah.
And it's like, no, there's a secret truth there. It's like if you study it, if you really get into it, and if you understand all the different symbols and different meanings of things, you'll know the truth.
Right.
And you'll fucking whatever, and it's still nothing. It's like it's pretty insignificant.
There'll be another truth later.
And it also has the same, like, it doesn't affect your life in any way, whether or not you fucking look into the Illuminati or not. It's not going to affect you. Your life is still going to be the same. You still have
Yeah.
to get up and do something, like
Right.
whatever, go to work, go to
Like,
school. You
continue
still have
on.
to do something.
Yeah.
You can't just. I mean, I don't know. That's sort of something that I got into recently.
Yeah.
Is like, why do I like conspiracy theories so much? Because I think there's some kind of hidden, secret, magical truth out there that's like running the world or whatever. But it's just not. It's not. It's just not. It's
Yeah.
It's just fantasy. It's
I totally like agree with that because I acknowledge anything else, any other belief. If you feel it's right, like it could be. I might be the fucking stupid one being like, nope, God. You know,
Nope.
you know, I could be that dumb one, and I'm okay with that. Like because I feel like either way, if I die and I go to heaven, God will be like, you know what, you still believed in me.
Still
But
got
if
my back, Chris.
Yeah, you're still not that bad. You know, but if I completely just be like, nah,
But is it?
you know?
But here, and this is another thing that I find like
It's not like you're
Not, like,
yelling out
bad
like, I hate
about
God.
religion.
and
No, no,
stuff.
no.
Yeah.
I really just don't like how it makes me feel. How it's like,
That yeah.
why should I be afraid that when I die something bad's gonna happen to me? So much that I'm just gonna be blindly following what a church says, and not to mention one of the worst churches in the fucking world. The one that like hides and protects child molesters and like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking has all kinds of money and doesn't really give it to the poor and things like that. Things that the church is really supposed to do.
Mm.
And then when you really look into that, as Mr. Conspiracy Time, like the Vatican and all that, it's even more fun to look into.
It just goes deeper.
It gets
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
It's so fun to look into. So I don't. It makes me even like more just frustrated with religion to see you frustrated with religion, because it's like this should never happen to us. They should have never put this on us, because it's like this is what it's doing. We're having to deal with it now still
At this age, yeah.
at this age.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe it was something that was useful for them at their time, or like maybe even people before them or whatever. But I think just for us, it's not something I haven't found it useful for us. It's just like we just know more, we know better. We know that like you're not evil if you want to jack off. You just like it's just natural, or masturbate
not like
or whatever.
murder,
Girls
yeah.
can masturbate too. You can. I guess they can jack off too if they want, but.
If they want.
But like if you were religious, that would be evil. You're bad. That's the devil making you
Right.
do that. The devil took over your hand or whatever, and it's like he lives inside of you. You're evil. So
Or if you're like pro-choice or pro-like life.
even that, yeah,
Yeah.
it makes people. That's really tied to religion.
That
and that's
is.
like that's totally personal. People shouldn't even be
Should be
telling
up to
other
one
people what to do.
person,
It's
right.
only the one person's business.
And you
who's-
shouldn't feel
who's
bad
doing that.
for making a choice or having to make a choice.
Right.
Or not, you know.
I've always had trouble understanding that. Like, I thought our government had nothing to do with religion.
Right.
Why? I don't know. For
Certain
that
shape-
particular
shape, yeah.
issue, I don't know why they bring that in there, because that's weird. This is the government allowing people to do that.
Yeah.
They're allowing them to be like, okay, you know what, you might have an issue right now, so we can help you take care of that.
Perfect.
So I mean, I get it. I totally understand why it's there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in that mindset where you're doing what is evil. You're killing. You're murder. You know,
Yeah.
I just I'm just like, not
And
really.
that's
Yes,
and that's coming
yes,
from the
but
people who are religious. That's coming from the guy who loves me, apparently.
yeah,
Yeah.
Calling
Right.
me a
Okay.
murderer, yeah.
Okay.
yeah. And
Thanks.
then I'm thinking at the same time, like, yeah, it is. Maybe it's a little bit of murder, but you know,
That's
I'm
the
sorry,
guilt coming
but
back.
you
It's
know,
the guilt coming back. No,
but more my
Guy
side.
throw the lightning bolt at you.
What did you say?
But there's more of me that's being like,
There's
I
a
get it.
priest right
I
now
totally
that has
understand
like a
it.
radar thing going off, like Chris is turning again.
I don't know. Maybe it might be, but I totally understand why it's there, and I'm not gonna be the person to be like, you murder because you bring this child in this world. You know, that rape child is not in this world now. You know, I just
Not in the world.
You know, it's your fault. You know, I'm just not gonna be that person. You know, I will gladly make you a burger at work, but I can't. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your fucking baby that you think you can't have.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Do you have a coincidence?
Yeah, I mean, just like after I saw the video that you showed us, it made me think about like when I was little, I used to get really bad like stomach pain,